right? And my SL, I guess my SL at 36. This is so large, right? This is the largest, this is the largest SL I've used in a long while, right? It's like 36 points SL. They are so damn large, right? So first off, it was at 2-3. I figured that good is good. Go might want to take that point out. So I had to adjust it. So if not, I would have been taken out. These are 3-6, right? So 3 is basically 1:2 RR, right? From this point to this point. So that's what it is. So that's what we are looking at. Now to so let's say you've not entered any trade and you just want to analyze this particular market here. First of all, you already know that you are in an area of interest. So what you do next is to wait for confirmations, right? So what's the first confirmation you want to look at for here? This is the 5 minutes time frame, right? First of all, on this 5 minutes time frame, the market gave a high, then swept the high. So in trading SMC, I've always seen something like this. You see a high, market comes back, sweep that high a little bit. This is always a trigger for. You see this? I can take you through. I can take you through so many areas we're gonna see this thing happen this way, right? Normally, you say that, oh, a new high has been created. That means it should still be a trending high. But no, that's not the case. That's actually a signal for. In fact, that's more like a confirmation for a sell movement. So this is manipulation. In fact, this is basically accumulation, manipulation, then distribution. All right. You can also call it the power of three, right? So whenever you see something like this, that's why if I'm looking for a a buy movement, right? And the market sweeps the low first, I'm no longer interested in that buy move. Okay, no, if I'm looking for a buy movement and the market sweeps the high first, there's a probability that it come back to sweep the low, then start selling, right? So this sweep sometimes here is not a full close, just like this case. Let me show you. In this very case, this is the high, right? Mm, look at this. This is the high. Market came swept. This is just sweeping. It didn't close above it. Sweeping. Then this is the low. Change of character, right? So just like what I showed you here, we are seeing this thing happening. The market played from this low, all right, came down, swept above, swept below, did a pullback. Then it's about to continue downwards, all right? So what I'm waiting for now is a confirmed sell. So if I want to look for an entry here, since I'm not entered yet, right? I would want this low to be broken more than another pullback before I enter, right? But if you still want to enter this way, let me see if there. What I'm looking for here is either order block or FVG. So this is a good order block for this sell move. And if you plot it, you see that boom, it has already respected and stepped down, right? And it's coming back. So the market is a bit indecisive here. But of course, by 6 steps, a move will happen. So it's either it sweeps into this area and keep dumping, right? But we are in a very good sell position right now. So if you're entering a trade here, of course, if you're entering, your SS should be a little bit above here, then you keep selling, right? So that's what I'm looking at for here. Now, this is pure, like we are doing pure analysis here. There is no gimmick. Then but like to show you more examples of this thing I showed you here now. Yeah, that one is key. That one is key. That's to show you now. For this other block I marked here, that's why I say that it has been respected. Look at this other block I marked here, right? Look below it, you see an NVG. And that's why I said it's this one, this particular one now has been respected. Look at this is FVG below it. All right. This is FVG below it. And what happened? It respected the FVG, tapped into the other block zone, and has been selling ever since. Right. So even this zone I marked that has been respected still. So there might be a probability that this market will the price might want to tap into this FVG once again, and of course this other block before making the final move. And there we go. He's doing it. Right? So we just sit, main thing is just to sit tight and watch. The most important thing is that the market has given us some bearish confirmations, right? But if you want a more confirmed move, right? Just like I did today, just like I did today, right here, right? This is the market opened here. This is 11 o'clock, right? Taps, based on sweep, whatever, taps into this FVG here, low key. Give this first move, right? I saw this entry. I saw this. This is an FVG, right? This is first FVG I saw. I was low-key waiting for it to come down to this one around here, but I knew there's no how to skip this one and start coming down here, right? So this is the first. But I didn't enter here. I needed a confirmation, right? Because there's a possibility of entering here. You can see the market has been resisting above here. There's a possibility you enter here and to just tank, right? It has happened, at least I'll use yesterday as an example. Then what happened? It gave me a new, by 12, right? It gave me a new high, breaking up this zone entirely. Then what happened? It came back into this. So this was my entry. I waited for this zone, right? So this is my entry and it tapped in, then disappeared, right? It tapped in, then disappeared, right? So we can employ the same thing here. Yeah, you can see, we can employ the same thing here, right? Waiting for this low here to be taken out, then wait for another confirmation, then we sell, right? Because sometimes, uh, you know, sometimes if you enter at the first level of the breakout, this is good. So then you can just decide to reverse, you get. So we patiently wait and see what it does, right? But one thing we know that we are in a sell zone, right? And we are looking for the best entry because we don't want to risk much. We don't want to be like me risking 30 something points, right? That's not what we want here. That's not what we want here at all, at all, at all. Right? So let's and wait for that. So for cases like what I just showed you now, the occurrence, let me see if I can see something like that. Cool. Okay. Let's see from the 1 minute time frame. Thursday, Wednesday. Okay. Okay. We can use this as an example, right? Let's say you're in this market. You didn't see, of course, if you look at this, there is no clear FVG here per se, right? You see this market just playing around, you see a low, right? Or you just see a range. Let me zoom it out well. You see a range. On a normal scale, it's like we are seeing a downtrend, right? No, this is not the perfect something that I want, right? But then it's still in play, right? See a downtrend. Then the market creates a new low, right? Now, if you want to, for this sell to be valid, yeah, you want this lowest point to be broken even more, right? So someone that doesn't really know or have an idea about what is happening will say, okay, I've gotten a new low. Let me wait for a pullback, right, into an area of interest, maybe this point, and start selling. Person enter a sell here, boom, the market takes them and you're like, what is happening? Right. So you can see in this case, this one is for a buy move. This is the highest point. This is the highest point, right? In this case, this is the lowest point. So what happened? It's not so straight. It's not always the case, so but most times it happens. What happened? This low was broken, then in turn, the high broken. So in this particular case, what you need is just to wait for. It's either you draw Fibonacci and wait for a 50% retest or 60 or 61.8%. I think I'll start looking for 61.8% retest because it's like the best entries now. 61.8, it gives the best entries now. That's what I'm saying. 61.8 gives the best entry. In fact, that's like the best entry anyway. I always choose 50% on the dots, which has not actually been favoring me well lately. There's always seems as I enter too early, right? So you can either do this or I always use my Fibonacci. I always use it. I always use it because I know the rule, I know the law, right? So the major move always come. I call this premium. I call this discount. You always sell at the premium, you buy at the discount. So the discount level is any area below the 50%. So the market, most times, before that strong move happens, it always taps into the 50%, like into this zone, below the 50% before buying, right? So you can simply just wait here and we keep your entry. One of the good things I do then, in fact, I should employ it, is once I mark this zone, I get the 50% of the zone. I keep my entry there. Just like this now. I have the golden zone. I'll plot another 50%. It's crazy. Plot another 50%. Um, did I get this now? Yeah. I'll plot another 50% and put my entry there. If it's buy, place my buy. exactly on the 50% area. Boom, right? So in this case, I'll just delete this one. So right now, I'm not just buying exactly at the 50%, I'm buying lower. So giving me more leverage, right? So if I've employed it, my entry would have been 4264. But I entered at 4. Okay, wait. 4264, but I entered at 4265. But in reality, my own trade, I entered around should be 69 thereabouts. That's around here. 69, somewhere around here. That's on the from the 5 minutes time frame. But we are doing analysis here. So you can see instead of entering at 4265, you got a very good entry at 4264, right? And of course your SL, you don't need to push SL. SL is simply below this candle, or you can extend for just for more room, you can extend to the low of the next candle, right? Then you're good. You aim for your 1:3, 1:2, whatever you want to aim for, right? So if it's 1:2 or 1:3, you're good. 1:4, you're good. So this money was actually a very good trade, right? A very good trade. Very good trade. So if you did that, imagine pushing till, because I already have 4295 in my head as my target point. 4295. So imagine you did that. This is roughly 1:8. So that's massive, right? So very massive. Very massive. See how we're able to break this thing down. So we're about to do the same thing right now on this particular chart, right? So we're about to do the same thing right now on this particular chart. It's giving us buy movement, right? It's giving us strong buying moves. We need a sell confirmation, right? So we'll keep waiting till we get that sell confirmation. So if we decide to work with 1 minute time frame now, right? All I need is for a new low to be created. That's all. That's for a new low to be created. If a new low is created, I wait for a pullback, then I enter. Right? So that will also help me self adjust my long or large stop loss. So I'm still looking for a very good entry because my stop loss is so big. Okay, so big. So if I get a good entry, I will adjust it then. But let's see what system is like. Let's see where system. If system push up, that means we are. One good thing, I wouldn't want this high to. I wouldn't want 2-4 to be broken. If 2-4 is broken, then I don't know again, right? So that's just it. So that's it about it, great man, about breaking down this market. I hope you are getting something. I can see it's pushing aggressively. Sometimes you can even question your decision, right? So this is 630 and it's pushing aggressively. Oh yeah, this is a very strong move. Very strong move. Ooh, are you seeing this now? The same thing I told you. Are you seeing something like this happening here? Let me take away this salt. I see the same. Are you seeing the same thing happening here? I always look out for points like this. I see something like this. This same thing that happened there is exactly happening here. So now all you need is you already have a high and you have a low, right? So your entry, this is 630 anyway. You can do an aggressive entry right here, but I will wait till personally, I'll wait till this low is broken. That's you want to get a better entry for yourself. right? I'll wait till this low is broken. Then I get um, I'll get a, what's it called? Simply the same move repeating itself, right? You see this high over here, gave a low, this low, swept, swept. So I need this low to be broken, then a pullback for me to take myself. That's when I know that for a fact that this market is selling this morning. Apart from that, entering any sell here is too early and quite risky, right? It's too early and quite risky. So that's it. But generally, yeah, this market, look at this. Let me show you now. This is zone I marked up like before the week started, right? And it tapped into that zone yesterday. It tapped into the zone well, just before the news started. Then it's tanking. Now, this move, what I'm expecting from this major move now, right? This is my main analysis chart. If I push it down, what I'm expecting from this move now, from this point to this very point, is selling like all the way. Let me show you now. It's selling all the way from here. So my what I'm looking for now are sell opportunities, sell opportunities, sell opportunities. Right? That's what I'm looking for right now. Sell opportunities, sell opportunities, sell opportunities. That's all I'm interested in. Right? So that's it about that. Let's watch this and hope it gives us what we want. That's all. Right? So that's it for this morning. Let's observe it. And if it gives us the thing, then we are good. So I'll wait till 6:45 to see if I can get a good entry. That's for my 6:30. Um, um, no, this for my 6:30 move. I'll wait for, who is this? Wait, that's for my FSTN. So if I'm to apply exactly what I do for my 6:30 news, you can see lines everywhere. I have I have a resistance here. I have a major resistance above here. That's 3-1. It's for 15 minutes. I can call this a resistance as well. I can call this a low key resistance as well. Am I seeing any support here? This is like the only value support I'm seeing here. You mean what I will look out for once the low is broken? This guy is pushing higher. Okay, simply an NVG, right? An NVG, that's what I'll be looking out for. Or I'll do what we call, once that low is broken, I'll plot a Fibonacci and trade at the 50%, right? Simply that. Just like I did here. Just like this point here. Wait for the Fibonacci. Enter at the 50%, set a healthy stop loss. Right? So if someone had entered on this point, person would have entered here. Person would have entered maybe around here. And of course, have a stop loss that is maybe above this high, right? Above this high or somewhere around here. Yes. Then continue trending to whenever. So in this case, and if you, there's so many lines here now. So let me see if I can. I'm looking at the former one that formed, right? See if I can see a clear FVG. There's no clear VG here, sir. There's no clear FVG here. So sometimes if you don't see any clear FVG, you can go to a lower time frame and see if you see something there. All right. So that's just it. So in this case, once it has formed the low, I'll just mark the Fibonacci, right? Then look for a clear FVG within the area of interest. Then just take my sell, right? So that's it. So that's what I'll be looking out for. So let's just observe and see. I just want this guy to dump because I'm floating on large loss right now, up to 2% loss. Or more than self. It's more than 2% now. It's more than 2%. So, anyways, let's see how it goes. Right? Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. It's still running. So let's see how 645 looks like. So once it happens, wait for that pullback, plot it, set a sell limit, allow it to run. It's gonna trigger then, give you what you want. All right. So anyways, all the best family. Let's see how I'm having severe headache right now, like very, very mad headache. I don't know why, but anyways, all the best. We have all the best to a great. I don't know what I'm saying again, but it's gonna be a great day. All right, it's gonna be a great day. Cheers, man. Cheers.